Talk about your role at SM over the years. You were VP of land and business development, and obviously you were involved. That involves all the things below that. How do you manage those teams to what level? Like, how do you instill within your people? How do you manage a BD person differently than you would manage an in-house landman working kind of that leasing program, or maybe even being involved in doing it directly themselves?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with the corporate goals and then it kind of, cascades down into your department goals. And so, it goes back to the comment I made earlier about everybody understanding what what the end line looks like, what the end, the finish line looks like and what's necessary. And it's a matter of prioritization in both of those organizations and both of those groups. Uh, on the land side, it's in land administration side, it's like, hey man, we've got to make sure that we capture the leases and negotiate the contracts timely for purposes of allowing operations and the rigs to move in and track crews to move in. So, uh, very, very detailed, meticulous, planning for all of that. And with the understanding that at the end of the day, we got X number of wells to drill within these projects. So let's focus on that and work backwards. No, that's your inline. So what do we got to do to prepare for that? On the BD side, you've got acquisition goals, you got divestiture goals, same thing. It's all about timing. When do you want to get it done? So backdate yourself and make sure that you've got plenty of enough time. You're gonna have some speed bumps. You're gonna have some curveballs thrown at you. So prepare for that. So
You mean like
manage.
when one of your BD guys spills coffee on the closing signature pages?
Yeah, yeah. Have have that extra skin ready to go. Yeah. It truly is. I mean, I really enjoyed wearing both hats because, I've kind of described it this way. When prices go up, you know, your drilling activity starts to ramp up typically. Uh,
Mhm.
A&D activity, as much as the sellers would like to sell at a higher price, the buyers are not willing to buy it at a higher price. So,
We're right there
that
right
kind of
now.
starts. So there's,
Yeah.
you've got these fluctuating activities within both realms. And I've always told people I enjoy it because I always like activity up and to the right. Always, and it smooths out the peaks and valleys. So having the ability to be involved with both organizations and both departments, I should say, I really enjoyed it because I don't do well bored at all.
Really? Imagine that.
Yeah,
Can't imagine
yeah.
that. You don't want a KK with time on his hands. That's
No, no,
that's
no, no. Yeah,
that's like my grandma
that's
Mimi would say. That's kanai. That's
that's not healthy. That's not healthy. Yeah.
uh, so you talk about capitalizing on you can BD is important at certain times. Your land team is important at certain times. Are there some moments through those ups and downs or whatever it might be that like you're just the most proud of? Like, man, we nailed it. Like, what are some of those moments or careers or projects or times where you felt like you played your cards right and everything turned out how you wished it would, or looking back maybe in hindsight,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, that we did pretty good there.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Yeah. That was a great question. There was a lot, especially working for a growth-oriented company, a lot of opportunities to do deals, and we were blessed and successful in doing some. Probably when I think back about probably, it was kind of a sequence of transactions that we did over kind of a holiday. It always seemed to be like a holiday, right? During Christmas, New
Yeah,
Year's.
always
And it's
Christmas.
when we sold, um, much of our Rockies position, the Bakken, Powder River, and kind of parallel with that, we were making those acquisitions in the Permian Basin, in the Midland Basin with Q-Star and Rock Oil. And we did that all pretty much at the same time. Within 2 months, I think we did them all at the same time. So, over 4 and a half, almost, close to $5 billion worth of transactions. And I will tell you, probably, I mean, one of the most proud moments of my career because there was so many people involved, so many people pulling in the same direction. Everybody was focused on what needed to get done. And so we did multiple divestiture transactions. uh, Three, actually, we did Q-Star, Rock Oil, and Laredo, three acquisitions, all within that span of time. And to watch that all come together that quickly, and the commitment and the professionalism, and not from our organization, but the other organizations that we were dealing with as well. The companies that we were acquiring, or the assets we were acquiring or selling to, it was just amazing to watch that all come together that quickly. And we did some other sizable transactions. Obviously, we just did one with Civitas merger, obviously, and that too. I mean, listen, when any type of land projects that you're working on, or business development projects that you're working on, it takes a village, man. It is not just one person. It is every department, and that's the benefit of the job that I had the benefit of literally working with almost, well, every department within this company. So I got to deal with all sorts of people, all different types, all walks of life, and you get to learn a lot from these people, right? As I tell a lot of the young land guys coming into the organizations, hey, listen, our goal is not to make you one of the best landmen. Our goal is to make you one of the best oil and gas professionals, because we want you to understand the entirety of the business, and
Yeah.
and that'll just make you that much more better in the long run, professional. So
Yeah.
that was our mentality.